Okay, so we're in Romford, and it wouldn't be Romford without some cheap thrills, which you've just had now. I've got two of the filmmakers from that segment. I'd like you to just introduce yourselves to everyone and the name of your film, please.
Hello, I'm Mark Lawrence, and I directed Sunday Driver.
Hello, I'm Guy Harvey, and I am the director and animator of The Blood on Me.
Fantastic. Mark, you're very well known to the festival, in a good way.
Well,
You come to every horror event that we have, All Dayers and the Romford Horror Film Festival and the regular Romford Film Festival.
yep.
So you've decided to make a film now. What
Yeah.
was it that you thought, I can do that, I'm going to do that?
Well, about 12 years ago, me and my mate Rob Thompson, who's up the back there, we decided we wanted to make a short film. So we went to Horror on Sea, the horror
Never heard of it.
another horror film festival, for some inspiration. And we came away and we was like psyched, and we were like, yeah, we're going to do something, and we didn't.
Yeah.
And so every year I've like gone, yeah, we're going to make something this year.
Yeah.
And then finally we've got round and we have actually done something. I don't know what prompted me this year to do it, but yeah, finally I've
Of all years.
managed to put something down. Yeah.
Where did the inspiration come from? I guess it's probably experience of
Well,
Sunday
driving
driving.
on a Sunday,
Yeah.
yeah. I think everyone can relate to being in a hurry on a Sunday morning and you're like stuck behind some old deer who's doing 23 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And how frustrating it is.
Yeah. You cast Martin Payne, another well-known face at the festival. He's in many, many films that we have here. What was it about Martin that you decided to use him?
He's not here today, so I can say he just looks a bit creepy, doesn't he?
How long did it take you to make the film?
I think shooting it, we only had Martin for half a day,
Right.
so all of his bits we had to do like pretty quickly. The rest of it, I don't know, just 2 or 3 days really. It didn't take long.
As and when?
And it's just when we could get a day that was the same, because it was quite sunny when we did the first bit, and then we were like trying to find a sunny day again to do the rest. So there was big gaps, obviously.
Yeah.
But
so it's part of Cheap Thrills, and we classify that as films under £1,000 budget. Was it considerably under that? And what was your most expensive cost?
the petrol.
Yeah. Was it your car?
The red one was my car. Yeah, in the credits, I had to get rid of it after that. I had to scrap it, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But Jacob, that was his car. The Wazza, that was his car that he was driving, and Martin was in mine. Okay. But I did all the stunt driving. That was me driving it all over the road really badly.
Nice. Was it shot locally? Because I did recognise a few of the roads, I think.
Yeah, it was all round like Upminster and like North Ockenden and that
Cool
kind of way.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
Over to you, Guy. So, animation on a budget, I mean, that's some task.
It's a task. It just takes a lot of time. Things happen very slowly, and you kind of have to balance it with a lot of work and life. And that was kind of what happened with this. It was made over like I'd say about 2 years, but in terms of actual like being able to sit down and make it, that was the real thing, just finding the time to do it, and that's why over a long period of time. But
Did you animate it yourself?
Yes, I did.
Is it the first time you've done animation, or?
I'd say second time. I do kind of several, like I do lots of different shorts, but basically I'd call these like 2 full production short, like a full production short with a cast and a soundtrack and all these kind of things. Usually they're just me doing silly voices and just free sounds I get off the internet. So this is like my second of those. I did one a few years back, which was about 3 minutes, and the idea was to try and primarily just expand it, up to 11 minutes, more story, lip sync very importantly, try and do that, because that's a big hurdle to overcome. And and I also just always wanted to make a werewolf movie, and that's one ticked off the bucket list.
How do you even go about starting an animation? Like, to me, you just think, where do I even begin with making this?
I think for me personally, it starts with just like having a particular picture in your mind that you like, and then the rest of it kind of organically grows out from, particularly because my method with making these movies is I start animating without a script, and the script kind of comes in as the film builds up.
Mm-hmm.
So I think with Blood and Me, again, it's hard to remember exactly because it was 2 years. It was a long process, but I think it was basically that intro shot of the torch going across. I think that was the first image, and then just everything else kind of started falling into place very gradually over a long period of time.
Mm. It felt to me that it's kind of like one little segment of something that could be bigger with more kind of background stories kind of feeding into it. Is
Absolutely.
there any plan to make it a larger project?
Unfortunately, there's no plan, but that was definitely, as I was making it, I was just kind of like, I would love to expand on so much more of this, and like particularly more characters. I feel like there's a real sense of conspiracy in the film, and I feel like that would play much better, like really well in a longer format. Unfortunately, no plans for a long version of this one.
Okay. Yeah. Was there any in particular films or TV maybe that you took inspiration from, just in the style that it is?
So I kind of always pictured it as like a werewolf true crime film, which is also obviously a paradox, because there's no such thing as werewolves.
Yeah.
I guess Mindhunter is probably a really big stylistic guiding point for like just how I wanted it to kind of have that kind of, I don't know, because that's both about detectives and the killers, and I think that's kind of what Blood on Me is about. It's not just about her catching it; it's also insight into his experience being a werewolf. Yeah.
So no plans for that one currently. What are you working on next? Is it animation? Are you going to return to that, or are you going to do something different?
Yeah, carrying on with animation. I feel like I just gel a lot more with it, and I feel like there's so much more that needs to be. I feel like there's a lot of people who've got live action horror. I feel like there's more people who need to be exploring it in animation.
Definitely.
And yeah, I think so. I am starting on a much longer project, hopefully a feature project. But again, very much similar to this. It's kind of going to grow very organically and at a very slow pace. So it's going to be. I can say it's just going to be a ghost story, a bit more simple in terms of effects. So like no horrifying transformations like that one.
Okay.
But yeah, that's kind of what I'm hoping to do next.
So Mark, it took you 12 years to make this film. Are you going to start now on another one?
Yeah, I think now we've got a taste for it. I think we'll probably try and get one done again this year.
Yeah.
Yes.
Any ideas in the file?
Oh yes, we've got some ideas. Yeah.
Okay.
Not that I can discuss them. Obviously,
No.
they're top secret.
Okay.
If it's like Sunday Drop, you can't really talk about it because it gives the whole thing away.
Yeah. Would it be a short?
Yeah.
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 Keep making those shorts?
Unless I win the lottery between now and next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be short again.
Fantastic. Right, so we're at a horror festival. I'm sure both of you are, well, I know you are, Mark, definitely, very big horror fans. You're on a desert island, you've got one horror film that you can watch until the end of time. What are you going to choose?
Well,
Go for you. Yeah, you look like you've got an answer.
that John Carpenter's The Thing.
Okay.
That's
great
unbelievable. That's exactly my answer as well.
Really?
That's unbelievable, yeah. It's also, it would help with the desert island because it would be cold.
Cold,
and,
yeah, it'd
it'd
chill
be
you out a bit.
An escape, yeah, absolutely.
choice. Hadn't thought of that.
It'd be very upsetting if there's another person trapped with you on that desert island, and
'Cause
then
you wouldn't know if you could
wouldn't
trust them
know
or
if
not.
You could trust each other. Yeah,
Wow.
exactly.
Layers. I really
Oh,
enjoyed
yeah.
that. Yeah, that's great. I love your t-shirt as well, Mark, by the way.
I thought you.
Are they for sale? Sunday Driver t-shirts?
I don't know. We could probably knock some out if you want.
No, why not? We all have a bit of merch, don't we?
Absolutely.
You've got to do the big sell. Thank you so much for submitting your film. Congratulations on making the film, first of all, on no money at all. Congratulations, both of you. Can I have a round of applause, please, for Guy Hunt? Thank you.